clutch threes like that.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, the offense is a rhythm thing, and the more you get used to playing with each other, the better the rhythm gets, and you get more comfortable making shots. I mean, I think we can see it through the whole team. If we're looking at it, yeah, everyone shot pretty decent today. So.
Is that just something we've talked about the chemistry developing over the course of this year? Do you feel like it's finally starting to click in spots when you got that rotation down?
Yeah, I think a big thing is knowing where you're going to get your shots from, when you're going to get hit. That's kind of how it all goes. And you don't know till you get in the game. Practice against the same group of faces, and then when you get in the game, it's we've had 11 different types of games. This one was super physical. Toledo was up and down. So you got to go to war with everyone on your team multiple times and build that trust for it to go right sometimes. That's just how it goes with college basketball now.
Nate, Cam mentions the physicality of that game. That you kind of seem to thrive in that kind of scenario. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. People call me weird for it, but I enjoyed it a little bit. Like in those physical games like that, because I feel like I can play with anyone when it comes to physicality. So, yeah, I enjoyed those.
He got a rebound. He got a rebound and started screaming just because he got a rebound. The possession wasn't even over. He just started screaming.
I mean, you guys kind of took their early punch there as far as working inside and just got it turned around.
Yeah, I think they definitely came out and punched us in the mouth. I think we got 8-0 real quick right there, but we did a great job of responding, seeing it was going to be a physical game, and punching back. We ended up out rebounding them, had more offense rebounds, defense rebounds. So I mean, we responded well. So.
How tough were the Langley brothers, 0 and 3? I mean, obviously they don't have their big guy tonight, but they provided a spark when their team needed it.
Yeah, they're tough. They're very shifty guards that can shoot. So I mean, they had 46 of the 65 points. So, I mean, yeah, they shot a lot of shots too, though. So
they took almost every shot. Yeah.
I got tired of watching them shoot.
Yeah. Step back after step back. James Harden out there. Yeah.
43.
Let's see, 22's. My math is 39. Yeah. Good job.
65.
Yep. 25 threes. Yeah.
To get a win like this, I mean, obviously got close down the stretch, but you guys found a way to close it out. Does that feel good to get one like this under your belt, kind of like you did at Ohio?
Yeah, we had a lot of close games like that last year, where it comes down, you hold the ball to 12 seconds because that's what we do, and we run a set and we need a bucket. And today we got some, and we didn't get some foul calls, but that's okay. But we got offensive rebounds from Nate and Obina and Jake, and Kevon even got one. I even got one, which is incredible. I was happy. So, I mean, we just out-hustled them at the end. That's really what it was. We just showed a lot of grit and toughness. And, Dan was saying, when you want to win a conference tournament, especially in the Sun Belt, that's the type of team you're going to play. Someone that comes out, is physical, they push you every ball screen, they foul you every time you go to the basket, and you got to play through that. So,
just the first of 4 home games, nice to be home for a little stretch.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah, it's been a crazy. We've had a tough schedule. I mean, a lot of traveling, very good teams. It's good to get back on the home floor, and a little bit of a rhythm with the schedule. So,
Good.
all right.
Thanks,
sir.
We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Dan.
Well, one thing good about the schedule, it's certainly not our record, but it is making us a better ball club faster. So we've had to grow into learning how to win. Each game, it seems like we're getting better. Not to say that you don't have a relapse sometimes, but right now we build a little bit of steam of getting better each game. This ball club beat Arkansas at Arkansas within 4 points, Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. It's 1 loss, 8-1. That 1 loss was a long time ago. And so they cut hard. They congratulate their coach. They do a good job of running their offensive sets, and they're very aggressive defensively and play extremely hard. So what did they teach us? How hard we have to play in order for us to be a champion. So tonight we were a champion, but got a long way to go. This game's over, and we got to go again. I do want to say thank you to the fans, being patient with these guys. You know what? They came out. We had a pretty good crowd considering we had the football team down in Where'd they go? They went to, yeah, where is that place? Oh, what we do down there? Oh, remind me what we did. Oh, we won we won Conference USA down there, didn't we? And went on to the NCAA tournament. So, you know what? Congratulations. I'm rooting for our football team. Hope it pull one out down there in Frisco. And I was proud of these kids.
How different was their game without their big guy?
Look, don't go there. No, they played as hard as they can play. That's a good ball club. I don't know. You know? I don't know. I've never seen him play in person, so I have no clue. And you know what? I don't worry about that. That happens. That happens sometimes. You know, the ball went off a guy's knee. I don't. You know, it is what it is. They had their team. We had our team. We won.
You haven't had any chances to do this year, but you gotta love how the guys finished.
What I love about them is every day we practice. Every day they come hard and play. Every day they enjoy being here in Huntington and at Marshall University. They got a 3.28, probably the highest in the country, average academic. If it's not, it's close. And I'm proud of them. They play hard, and they tried to get this job done. And they had a lot of opposition out there that made it tough, but you got to give that coach credit, man. They play hard, and they're aggressive defensively, and they run those sets extremely hard. But our kids, after a little slow start, I told them the first of the year, and this is kind of, if I did anything, I stepped in and said, we got too many pep rallies before the game and not enough wins at the game. So we need to reverse that. Y'all need to come ready to play and cut the pep rallies out and play. And when it's over, if we win, we'll celebrate a little bit, and then it's on to the next game. This is a long season.
Cam talked about how the offense was able to get to a rhythm tonight, and has been more recently. Have you kind of seen that develop as well?
And that what we're trying to do is, and you have to understand, we're putting a kid who's never played a dominant ball player on the floor. He's always been the fourth option, fifth option. But he has all the skills and size and speed to be a number one option guy. But that's fine physically, but you have to understand that's a big mental part that comes with moving from that position to this position. And there's a big amount of difference in energy that you have to play with. And we're trying to move Jacob Connor back to a bit more of a prominent ball handler and passer and scorer and creator. And then we can get Kevon and Kerfman out. And then Kerfman, you know, I told Cam, and I know he likes to go back and things, but you know, he does things we don't have. He can hit 4 in a row, and they're quick, and you got to be right on top of him. And so he has to, I know he wants to do the other, but he's got to do this for us to be at our best. And I think tonight we did a little bit better. At second half, we're watching, and our bigs weren't bringing the ball in. They were both running because I've told them they got to get down the floor fast. So both of them ran fast. And then Jacob ended up taking the ball out and giving it to Cam. And then Cam's the primary ball handler. So I said, fellas, one of you run, one of you take it out, and one of you give it to Jacob. And then get down the floor. You're going to get some, you know, you don't know when it's like a wide receiver. You got to run 10 routes to catch 3 balls. And that's why I told Cam, you got to run consistently down there to get those 3 shots that you go boom, 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 and give us a win. And there are going to be times that he's going to run the pick and roll because we move the ball freely, and it's going to occur anyway. But that initial thrust, we got to get him down the floor. Kevon, those are our scores, down the floor. Get the ball to Jacob. He makes good decisions. He's tall, and he can see over top of people. And we got to get an inbounder, our big inbounding, our other big running down the floor to set that pick and roll, and that's how we play. That's the way we've done it. It's made John Elmore a very good player. It's made Tavion Kinsey and Andy Taylor a very good player. But it's also made Pinova, all those pickers have been pretty good. And really it's shared because Luke was leading the three-point shooting all-time ever in Conference USA, and he benefited off of running the wings. Pinova benefited off the early pick and going down, and John and Andy and Tavion obviously benefited. So, it's a process, and I told you from the beginning there was going to be on down the road with this team because we're changing almost everything about how we play.
They come out, score the first 8, but you guys battled that well. Were you pleased with their response after falling behind early?
I don't ever worry about their responses because they can't. They're going to give you everything they got. So what are you going to do? Get mad because it didn't work out? You can't. You don't ask people to give you more than they got. Now you got to ask them to give all they got, and make sure that they're giving all they got. But if you start running them to the point where if you ask them to jump like Tavion, and they keep trying and trying, and you get on them because they're not jumping like Tavion, pretty soon they quit jumping. And a little bit like Obina, how many times I want to say, don't shoot. But he hit 3 big ones, and he hit a big one tonight. And, he's loosening up. His game's getting better. He's broadening out his offense a little bit. So, it's not as simple as you saying something to somebody and then automatically them doing it. Sometimes it just takes time and you can't assimilate it in practice. It's got to be done in games. And when you make the changes we had to make, then it's going to be a little while unless you can start recruiting. Somebody wants to give me $250,000. I'll go out and buy a few people in here. But, we lost a ball game to Duquesne, and we had $20,000 on the floor, and they had $500,000. So, what do you want? It's changed the atmosphere and the arena that we played in since I've been here has changed, and the portal and the NIL money has changed a lot of things. But that doesn't mean we can't be successful. We can be. I like little Kyson that came in there, He didn't hurt us. He played right there with them. I think he's going to be a good ball player. I didn't get a chance to play Nutter. I think he can get up and get in there. So we just keep getting better. It's going to take time. It's got to season a little bit. It's like doing spaghetti, You cook it too fast, the spaghetti ain't right. If you wait a little time, take a little time with it, put a little chicken in it, take the chicken out, put the sauce back in, put a little pork in there, take the pork out, cook your pork, take the pork out, and all that juices go into the sauce. Next thing you know, you got a pretty good spaghetti sauce, but it takes time. Instead of doing it in 20 minutes, it takes a day.
How about the defense at the end? They hit a 3 when the clock about to run out every period. They give it to them. It's 58-55. They basically score 2 points for the next 7 minutes. We're talking about all these points, but they get no points.
Well, we switching everything. I know a lot of people probably jumping me early, but our defense is a lot better than it has been ever since we've been here. Other than the Kentucky game, where their shooting percentages against us haven't been real good. And that Kentucky team at that time, they played Miami right behind us, and they blew them out of the water too. So they were just on a roll, and they were making everything. And great offense is going to beat good defense. I don't care anytime. I know you got a few that never played the game would say, "Oh, that's not true." Yes, it is. And so, we've got to just keep getting better. We're fortunate, and the reason we changed, one of the reasons, we didn't have a rim protector like we've had. We had Penova who blocked shots, Jansen could block shots, and then Micah could block shots. Well, the way we were playing funneling toward that big guy, we didn't have that shot blocker back there. But we do have bigs that can stay in front of little guards. And I got and Cam has the hardest, Kerfman has the hardest, but he's willing to go in there and fight. But he's strong. He puts his butt on him. He fights it. And, we get burned a couple of times, but if we did it the other way, we'd get burned that way too. Thing is, we're getting burned less this way. And the shooting percentages are in an area that we can win ball games.
First of four games at home now. Is it nice to be home and not have to be all over the place in the schedule?
Well, we scheduled this thinking Logden and Andy were back. And that's the hard thing about the portal. I mean, you're making a schedule out above them. And you have to get a rhythm. It takes a little, and you can overschedule early new teams. And this schedule was set with Andy and Micah here, which I would like to head those two and go down to the Caymans again. But it is what it is. So we've got to adjust, and I think it's our third home game. I think it's just our third one. And, is it our fourth one?
2-2 at home.
2-2. We beat Queens. This one, who we lose to? Miami and Duquesne. So we're 2-2 at home. If we'd had the NTE, which we played, which we've never lost, I don't think. I can't remember one. We might have somewhere, but the 3 home games from that NTE, I think we've won them every year. It could easily be we're 4-7, so just take 3 off there, we'd be 7-4. So you could schedule your way into things, and everybody said, well, last year you played soft schedule. No, we didn't. It was about 1/20th in the country. There's 345 teams. We were well inside the top half. And so we scheduled tough teams. Toledo could possibly win our conference. They're good enough. Ohio could do it. This team could do it. Kentucky could do it. Duquesne could do it. Utah State could do it. And we're playing the top level teams in mid majors. And again, it's a challenge. It's hard. Listen, losing's hard. It's hard on me, and it's hard on these kids. And it's hard on fans, because we have passionate fans, which I love. And it's hard on you. I know it is. But you know what? There's a right way of winning. There's a right way of losing, too. You got to know how to do it. And you got to know how to move forward so that it doesn't break you. And this, obviously, this team's not going to break.
Blue collar Nate, another double-double. When you look at the stat sheet, the next thing you know, you double your here, double your here.
He's a warrior, man. That's all I can tell you. He's a warrior.
When it's all said and done, he's banged, banged, banged.
And he can stay in front of guards. He's guarding guards a lot of times. And then offensively, offensive boards tonight, he was a beast. And we're especially going down toward the end there, a couple of offensive rebounds that really maintained our league. And he's a joy. He's a straight A student. He's a graduate student here, and straight A, smart. Oh, hey, listen, these guys, I get in the huddle, and the dumbest one there is me. So, I probably should ask him what the hell to do, But I got experience on them. So, what am I, the oldest coach in the country? So I got experience on them. So they're smarter, but I got the experience. All right, thank you, fellas. Go Herd.